I'm Dr. B. Lakshmi Kanta, Department of IT. So today I'm going to give the lecture on decision tree classification algorithm. So this is the introduction about the decision tree representations based on two algorithms, ID3 algorithm and Kurt learning algorithm. So we will see the definition of decision tree representation. So here decision tree is a supervised learning technique that can be used for the classification and regression problems. So in this mostly preferred, decision tree is mostly preferred for solving the classification problems, and it is a tree structured classifier. Means here it will classify the data whichever it is taken into the algorithm, that will be classified into the two set of the classes here. So in it can be divided into the internal nodes representation, and that can be taken as the data sets, and the branches represent the decision rules. And here each leaf node represents the outcome. That means it will come the output as the last. So that we are treating that as a leaf node for the decision trees here. Next, we can see the CURT algorithm, which is represents for the decision tree algorithm. So CURT, the full form of CURT is the classification regression tree algorithm. So it contains two regions for representing the CURT algorithm. So in that we can understand, means the human thinking ability is in easy way to understand the decision tree algorithm, and also it can be easily to understood because of its a tree structured algorithm. Means it is the like structured of the tree content. So that is why it is easy to understand for human being. So in that one, so here the decision tree algorithm can be divided into the structured in this form. So here we can see that the graphical representation of the decision tree algorithm. So here decision is the root node, because of here decisions is going to make into the parts here, two parts. So if it is the decision is in S form or in the right form, then it comes in one side, and if it is in a no or in the false form, it will comes in the another side. So like that the decision is based on the data set that will divide it into the two groups of the classes here. So in this one we can see the decision node, however it is divided into one side, so that having the two nodes, that means like in the decision node, sub branch and the leaf node. So here the one side of the part of the decision tree is divided into three more nodes here. So one is the branch node, and at the last leaf node. So in this one we can see the leaf nodes, we are getting the output of the decisions here, whatever we provided the data set into the algorithm. So this can be known as the subtree, and whereas in the another node, same as it is, if the two classification is divided into the two parts, one is the yes and another one can be known as the no here. Okay, then we can play a video for this one. So in in this we can see that the video how it is making the decision. So we can able to understand that the decision tree how it is structured and how it is classified into two classes here. So here we can observe that the weight of the car, we can see that it is contains how many cylinders in that car. Means the weight of the car we can observe by having the cylinders of the car. So by this we can see that if the car having the 6 cylinders in that, if it is contains more less than of the cars, then we can say that it is a less weight of the car, and it is contains more than of the cylinders in the car of the weight, we can say that in heavy weight of the car here. So here we can divide that into two groups, heavy weight and the light weight. It a heavy weight, we can say that it is a low range of the car, and if it is a light weight, we can see that it is containing the high range of the car here. So by this we can see and we can observe that the low range and high range of the weights we can observe by this one. So in this decision tree terminologies, we have mostly the 5 contents in this one. So first we can see that the root node. So already I have told that the root node is nothing but the decision. Here decision is going to make that into the 2 classification of the groups here. So here decision tree is starting the node of the root node here. And in this one, the data set can be divided into 2 parts for the deriving the data sets. And in this leaf node, we are going to get the outcome of the data set here. And splitting, we are splitting the process of dividing the decision node that can be divided into 2 more parts here. One is a sub node or sub branch, and another one is can be known as the leaf node. So in this one, subnodes are according to the conditions, means based on the condition only the data can be derived into the branches there. So here branch and subtree can be formed by splitting the tree here. Okay. So and one more we can see in this one, that is pruning. Pruning process is for removing the overfitting data or unwanted data. So whatever the unwanted data is there, that we can remove, and the data can be make for better performance here. So like that we can remove the unwanted data by using the pruning process in this decision tree algorithm. And here the parent or child node can be represented as the root node, which called the parent node, and other nodes are called the child nodes. Means the parent to the child nodes, the data will be transferred and will divide into some branches there. So these the contents are containing the decision tree terminologies in decision tree algorithm. Next, we can see the attribute selection measures. So whatever we have taken in the decision tree algorithm, so that can be taken as the attributes in decision tree here. So that is selecting for some measures. Okay. So here 2 techniques for using the attribute selection measure here. One is the information gain and second one is the Gini index. Okay. So information gain is nothing but measuring of the changes in the entropy after the segmentation of dataset based on the attribute. So here nothing but information gain, whatever we have taking the data, so that changes will be occurred from the whatever we have taken or collected the data from that, the changes will occur there. Okay, that we will see clearly in our example problem. And one more is that in the decision tree, it tries to maximize the value of information gain. Okay, so whatever it is getting the information gain value, so that is almost in decision tree, it is going to maximize the decision tree values for getting whatever the information gain. And whereas in Gini index, it is a cost function used to evaluate the split of the data sets. Okay, so it is evaluating the cost of the cost functions used to split the data set. And here it is calculated by subtracting the sum of the squared probabilities of each class from the one. Okay, so here it is going to square the probabilities and from each of the class. So these can be 2 factors we are going to use in this attribute selection measure. Next, we can see the algorithm of decision tree. So that is based on the ID3. Okay, so it is iterative departure, third iterative departure. This algorithm fully named as iterative departure third one. And in this one, we are having the 4 steps of the algorithm here. From first, we are selecting some attributes. Okay, so from the given data set, we are choosing the attribute. And for example, how we are choosing the attributes. So for an employee, we can say that age, designation, salary, etc. Okay, those are the attributes of the given data set. Next, in the second step, we can see that the information gain for target attribute. Okay, so from the given attributes, means the given data set, we can see the target first, then we are going to calculate the information gain for the target attribute, and remaining we are going to calculate for the entropy there. Okay, so that we will see in that one. So first of all, in the second step, we are using for information gain. So there we are calculating the information gain for using this formula, this notation, that is p by p plus n base log base 2 into p by p plus n minus n by p plus n into p by p plus n log 2 base log to p by p plus n. So this is actual notation for the second step of the calculating the information gain in this one. Then in the third step, we are going to calculate the attribute which is find for the entropy here. Okay, so entropy we are going to calculate with the information gain multiplied by the probability here. Then here entropy can be taken. So here E of A is nothing but the entropy for age. Okay, so here we have taken some attributes. So that attribute first we have to calculate the age of the employee here. Okay, so that can be taken for summation of Pi plus Ni divided by P plus N into Pi Ni. Okay, this is the calculation for the entropy of particular age of an employee. Then in the fourth step, we are calculating the gain. That gain is equivalent to information gain minus entropy of age here. Okay, so this is for the particular age attribute. We are going to calculate the entropy, and for whatever we got the information gain, that we are going to subtract the information entropy for age in this one. Okay, so we want to get the gain in this one. So here we are subtracting from the information gain to the entropy of age here. For that one we can calculate. Then after that we can see the examples, so on that. So here we have given a data set in this one. So decision tree example problem we can see with these data sets. Okay, the given data set. So here we have taken the age of an employee, and then the competition for an employee, and type of an employee, and profit for an employee. Okay, so here profit whatever it is there, so that profit can be taken as the mainly for the profit as taken as the information gain we are going to calculate there, and remaining or can be treated as the non profit. Okay, non profit. So that we will see in that how we are going to calculate based on the given data set. We can see that the problem based on the algorithm. We can see the example problem here. So in the first step we have to calculate the attribute here. Okay, so that attribute can be taken as the profit here. Okay, so already I said no, in the given example problem the profit is can be taken as the information gain in this one. Okay, so sorry, the target attribute here. Then in the second step the information gain is taken with this form. Okay, so here based on this notation, that means to calculate the information gain based on this notation. So here we have that the N and P. So here in this one we can see that the P count is taken from the given data set as down in this one. Okay, the P count, whatever we have written in this P, that is the down count of the given data set here. That is from the profit. Okay, the down count. How many down counts are there and how many up counts are there, that we are going to observe from the given data set to calculate the information gain here based on the P and N notations. Okay, so to calculate that, so here we may see that so to calculate this one, P by P plus N. So their P count is given as the 5 here and N count is taken as the 5. So that means in the given data set we are having the total of down counts are 5 and total of up counts are 5 here. So based on that we are going to see that P by P plus N log to P by P plus N minus P by P plus N log base to P by P plus N. Sorry, here. So this is the actual notation we are having in this. So by that one, if we calculate that 5 by 5 plus 5 log 2 and 5 by 5 plus 5 minus of here n count is also we are having 5 and 5 by 5 plus 5 log 2 n by p plus n. So with this one, if we calculate that, so here we will get it is 5 by 10 log 2 log base 2 5 by 10 minus 5 by 10 log base 2 5 by 10. So here if we observe that from this 1 by 2, so that is equal to 1 by 2 log base 2 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2 log base 2 1 by 2. So in this one, if we can see that the 1 by 2, we can observe that the we can see that the 0.5 here, and here we are getting that it is coming as the inverse of the log here. So log 2 inverse of the 1 by 2 we will get in this one. So inverse of 1, we can see that the same as it is log of 2. Here we will get that the 1 here. So here 1 and 0.5. So here 0.5 into 1 we will get again the 0.5 here. So same as it is 0.5 and here minus 0.5 we will get. So anyhow 0.5 plus 0.5 we will get the total value is. So in this one we will get the information gain for calculating the data set. So here we are having actually the minus value for the first term and again with the minus value for the second term. So both of the minus values, so we will get there actually minus 0.5 . So minus 0.5 plus minus 0.5, okay, sorry. So here so this we will get minus of 0.5 plus minus of 0.5 we will get minus of 1 value here. So if we add that one we will get the minus of 1 value. So here the information gain we will get that the 1 value here. So we can neglect there the 1 value whichever it is in the value is in squared value. So in the step 3 we are calculating the entropy for remaining attributes. So up to now for information gain we are calculated the profit values, okay. So profit value can be taken as the main attribute here and the profit attribute. So then the remaining attribute can be treated as the non-profit attributes here. So for that we are going to calculate the entropy in this one. So for calculating the entropy for non-target outputs or the non-target profit attributes, so we are calculating that there we can see that there are among 4 attributes, we can see that the 3 are the non-profit and 1 is for the profit attribute, okay. Then next one, so entropy. So to calculate the entropy we can see that the table for each attribute with rows and columns here. So for to calculate the entropy we have to make a table for calculating the values here. To make that as a table in this one, that table contains the rows and columns. So in this rows the values undertaken the attribute. So in the previous data set we have taken that how many attributes we have taken. So that attributes can comes as the row values and the remaining that attributes can be taken as the column values and the remaining attribute values it can be comes as the row values here. So with this one we can see the rows undertaken the attributes and columns are values for target attributes, okay. So that is kept in this table here. So the down and up are the rows values and the remaining values are the column values here. So with this one, the old. So in the previous given data set, how many profit of the old are there? So here we can observe from age of the employee old, how many values are there from the profit that we have to count in this one. So here we can see old. So old is containing the three, P is known as the down count, okay, right? And N can be known as the up count. So how many downs are there in the old that we have to see here. So in this one, age of the old, so the profit are down count are 3 are there. So in this one, we can see three up down counts and up counts are 0 there. Okay, so by this one we can see old counts, how many up are there? There is no ups, so that is 0 up count there. Okay, then in the second one, so we can see the mid. Okay, mid for down counts and up counts we have to observe from the given data set. Okay, so the mid counts are actually 4 we are having in this one of the age of the employee. So 4 count, from this 4 count we have to see the up profit of the down and up counts here. So from this 4, how many down counts and how many up counts are there, that we have to observe and we have to put in the table here. So here we are getting the mid counts for down are 2 up, 2 downs and 2 ups we are getting there. Okay, then same as it is for new, we can see that how many we are having. New, there are 3 contents are there. In these 3 contents, how many ups we are getting and how many downs we are getting, that we have to observe. So in this one, we are getting only 3 ups are there. There is no downs in this one. So that is why we are written there is no down. So that means the down counts are 0 and up counts are 3 we are getting in this one. So with this data set, we are going to calculate the entropy of age here. So in this one, by that one, we will see the entropy of age, how we are getting, that we will calculate here. Okay, so entropy for, so that we are calculating. So first we have to calculate the information gain, then after that we will calculate the entropy for that. Okay, so for information gain for old, here 3 by 3 log 3 by 3, so on, like that we are calculating. Okay, so 3 is nothing but the count we have taken from this one, old up, count of down, here 3 and up is 0. Okay, so we are putting that in this table. So that is based on the formula, information gain formula. Based on that, we are putting all the values here. So 3 by 3 log 3 by 3 plus 0 by 3 log 0 by 3, that we will get totally 0 here. Means here log 0 will get totally 0 there. Okay, and here 3 same as it is, 3 by 3 means log 1. So log 1 totally it will come 0. So totally this value will become 0 and here also it will come 0 there. Okay, so totally the information gain for old we are getting the 0. Then again the probability for old, the probability for old we want to calculate means here, so it will come, so 3 by 10, because of here we have taken the total 10 out data set we have taken. From that, how many we are having, that the probability count there, so 3 by 10. So in the down count are 3 by 10 we are taking in this one. So 3 by 10 nothing but we will get some value. So that is entropy we have to calculate for old here. Okay, so that is 0. Entropy means 0 means this information gain into the probability. Okay, so the probability is 3 by 10. So 0 into 3 by 10, then there you will get the 0 totally there. Then same as it is, we have to calculate the information gain for the mid here. Okay, so the information gain for mid also, we are getting how many counts we are getting, that we have to see the mid here. So down counts are the 2 values and up counts are the 2 values. So by that we have to calculate the information gain for the mid as well as the entropy here. Okay, so 2 divided by 4. So 2 by 2 means here, sorry, in that 2 by how we are getting the 4 means, so P by P plus N, that is the formula. So here you are having P value is 2 divided by 2 plus 2. So there N is 2 and P is also 2. So that is why 2 by 4 you are getting in this one. 2 by 4 log 2 by 4 plus 2 by 4 log 2 by 4. So here 2 by 4 means here you will get 1 by 2. So log 1 by 2, anyhow you will get it as log 1. So 2 by 4 is 1. So 1 by 2 into 1 is 1 by 2 only, and here also will get same as it is the value. So totally if you add, then there you will get the 1 value there. for that information gain of the mid. Then probability of the mid, same as it is, we are multiplying with the given data set, that is 4 divided by 10. Because of here we are getting 2 by 2 plus 2, that is the two values of the up and down counts. So totally 4 by 10 you are getting the probability for mid. Then entropy for mid is 1. So here we are getting the information gain is 1 into the probability. Okay. So 1 into 4 by 10, here you will get 0.4 for entropy of the mid here. Okay. Then same as it is, information gain for the new, same as it is if we calculated according to whatever we got the data set from this one. So here down count we are getting 0 and up count we are getting 3 here. Okay. So based on that we can see the information gain for new here. So 0 by 3 log 0 by 3 plus 3 by 3 log 3 by 3. So there you will get anyhow 0. Log 0 means 0 only, and here 3 by 3 is 1. Log 1 means that you will get as 0 there. So because of that you will get totally the information gain for new is 0. Next one, the probability for new, here you will get 3 by 10. Because of here we are getting the 3 value for the new. So that is why 3 by 10. This 10 is out of the data set how many count we have taken, that is the 10 here. Okay. Then after that 3 by 10 you will get some value, so that you can calculate for the entropy here, entropy for new. So that is entropy, anyhow we are calculating the information gain into the probability. So here information gain anyhow we got 0, then that multiplied with the probability. So there total is 0 you will get. So then next, so by taking this all the values, we are calculating the age here. Okay, only for one attribute of the employee we are calculating the age here. Okay, that age, entropy of age is entropy of old plus entropy of mid plus entropy of new here. Okay, so these three values we have to calculate. Anyhow we have calculated from the previous slide, that is old, mid and new entropy of age here. Okay, so that values are I have added here, 0 plus 0.4 plus 0 is equal, totally you will get the 0.4 value. Then gain we have to calculate from this one. So that gain, how we will get information gain minus entropy of age. Okay, so that is information gain, anyhow we got it 1 there. So that 1 minus 0.4 you will get 0.6 in this. Okay, so then to calculate the same as it is gain for type and the competition. So we have three attributes, one is that age, one is the type and another one is the competition. So from this one we got it the 0.6 as age of the gain, and 2 we have to calculate remain. Okay, then anyhow wrote that values, however we are getting the type and competition here. So type totally we will get based on the same calculation. So type we will get 0 and for competition we will get 0.124. Okay, so these two values we have to keep in our table. So that we will get a decision tree there. Okay, by using the three values of the attributes we will see a structure of there, how it is divided into the decision tree structure there. So there we can see. So finally we will get a tree structure there. So first of all we got it the decision tree, it will divide into some branches there. So based on these values, so this is about the all the values we got it as entropy of age, type and competition. With this one we can derive our decision tree, so based on these values. So finally we will get the decision tree algorithm, how it is divided into the subparts and their leaf nodes. So this is about the decision tree algorithm. Thank you so much.